What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Ron back with another video. If you're new to the platform, welcome to the tribe. By the end of this video, I hope you subscribe. OGs, I appreciate the love and support. On the road to 100K by the end of the year. Let's get it. Like the music that you hear, click the links. They are in the description. Also, look out for the traveling vlog channel, Unplugged Traveler. Link is in the description and pinned in the comments. Alright, this video was sent by a subscriber, a guy that used to live in the States and then he moved out to the Philippines with his wife, and he's gonna go over why he went to the Philippines to find a wife. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it.
Hey everyone, it's me again. If you're new to the channel, my name is Corey. My wife's name is Raquel. We moved to the Philippines from Chicago. She was born and raised here. We did all the paperwork. She came to the US with me for a couple years. We had a long-term plan to move over to the Philippines. That being said, I looked personally for a wife overseas, obviously, because I have one. So I understand what it's like and why you would do it. But it is definitely a hot topic right now. It's actually, it's been a hot topic, not like hot sexy, but
I thought you were
no, I'm not trying to be sexy. I'm saying it's a very popular topic right now, and it's been on the rise for the last 3, 4, 5 years. In the last year or two, it's just statistics show that it's just going up, men looking abroad or overseas for a wife. And I get it because I have one. So again, you know, I understand it. I know my reasons and I see the reasons why everyone is doing it. Okay, yes, I'm trying to be happy and positive about this. So I don't want to offend anyone because it's definitely a very sensitive and taboo kind of topic in the States.
Especially women out there.
Yes, and I'm not trying to offend anyone, but it is what it is. So facts and statistics are what they are. Okay, so that being said, first thing on my list, the reason number one that I was looking overseas for a wife or a bride, finding someone with traditional values or old-fashioned, whatever you want to call it, is very important to me. So my parents have been married for 45 years at this point. They've never been divorced. My mother raised me, and then when I graduated school, then she started working part-time, but my dad preferred to work 60 or 80 hours a week to take care of the family. So having those same values was important to me, and I see that being a very popular reason for men looking abroad or overseas, because it's definitely hard to find. It's actually even hard to discuss in the States.
So number 2.
Interesting. My parents been married for 35 years, so I share his sentiments for sure. But what I found interesting was that how he said not only is it hard to find a traditional woman in the States, he said it's hard to even talk about.
You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. Yeah,
like Austin Holloman said, it's really that bad, bro. It's so bad that we can't even have a conversation about it. That's a damn shame. Let's keep it moving.
Smaller feet and petite.
We're gonna again try to say this very politely, but this is also another topic that's easy to offend people, and that's not the goal. I eat healthy, I work out a lot. It's important to me to find someone that looks athletic and they're healthier and they're smaller. So I'm trying to be polite.
Shorter?
Shorter too, yes. But either way, it's getting harder and harder to find that in the US. In Western cultures, it is. Unfortunately, being larger just seems to be on the rise. I'm trying to be very polite about that. Another reason why men are looking overseas, definitely a reason why I looked. Because over here, 5% of the population is actually bigger. Majority, almost everyone is slender and more petite or fit or skinny. I don't want to use that word. But again, that's most of the population in Southeast Asia. So when you're looking for a bride or a wife, that's almost everyone compared to, now I'm not going to say the opposite in Western culture, but it's a half and half kind of situation. Okay,
Nah, it's like 70-30. If I remember the numbers right. Y'all let me know in the comments if y'all know the exact numbers. I recall it being like 70-30, 80-20, like this, like majority, somewhere between majority to most women are overweight or obese. I'm like his wife, by the way. I'm like pretty attractive, I gotta say. Like definitely fit. I'm like y'all Filipinas are so tiny, bro. It's crazy. Let's keep it moving.
Number 3.
Oh, for me, because you're foreigners are taller and or exotic for me.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we were talking. Okay, for men.
Well, no, it says her, so it's probably you. Probably. I don't know. Maybe I'm reading into it, but it does say her. But yes, to finish what she was saying, in the US, I'm 5'10", which means what? It means I'm average, right? Let's just be honest here. 5'10", 5'9", whatever it is, that's just average in the States. Well, the average male in the Philippines is 5'2". So instantly, when I come over here, I'm taller. I have a different skin tone. I have an accent. So instantly, I'm tall, handsome, and exotic. I'm laughing saying that because in the States, I'm average at best. But over here,
Yeah.
she looks at me and thinks I'm tall and handsome, and that's great. I love that.
It's nice. Everyone look at you. So it's nice. I have husband like this. So yeah, it's just the fact that most Filipino will look at you and there's it's a foreigner. So it's nice that for me as a wife too.
Yeah, it's just the opposite. You leave your country, you go somewhere else where you're instantly taller and you have an accent and even a different skin tone because, I'm more pale to her, but to me, her tan is sexy to me. So for both of us, it's better. I like her accent, she likes mine. I like her height, she likes mine. And
I like yours.
Yeah, and you laugh at it, which isn't fair, by the way, at all. But no, I don't think that's fair.
Specific about yours.
Well, I don't think that's fair, actually, because in the U.S., she'll say something and her accent is exotic and sexy. But when I say Mayong Hapon, she laughs because of my accent. But
It's cute. It's like very fancy to hear it. Like everything
It's
you
fancy?
pronounce is very fancy.
oh, see, I'm
Yeah.
fancy over here. That's another plus I didn't know about.
Oh,
So yeah, it's just when you start looking for a bride or a wife overseas, which a lot of people are doing, I did it. You're taller and handsome and you have an accent. It works well for you. Where in the States, I would be a 4 or 5. Let's just be honest. Over here, girls look at me and think I'm a 9 or a 10, which is crazy to me, but I enjoy it.
oh yeah. Many like try to flirt with him. Or remember the girl in that story always asked like, "Are you married? Are you happy?"
Oh, yeah, no. I'm not, back in the States, I walk through the mall and girls aren't like looking, smiling, and waving, but here, they're always smiling and waving, which is funny. I mean, girls, where I'll go shopping will know I'm married and I'll go back and then they're like, "Are you still married?" It's just kind of funny. But over here, yeah, it's in our best interest to look overseas because we're taller and more
Yeah, it's
handsome and
rare.
more exotic.
Very rare to say. It's not common. So it's look like a celebrity instant.
Yeah, very interesting, but it is true. Okay, so
Yeah, I will give it to her. She kept it a buck. You know what I mean? And from what people tell me, a lot of Filipinos are actually pretty short. Like I know the true girls. I think some of those girls. I think some of them are probably 5 foot or even shorter. I don't recall. And now that I think about it, I wonder how tall Miwa is. I don't know. Miwa, if you're watching, let me know how tall you are. And the true girls, but man, and the guys that been to the Philippines, I'm pretty sure one of y'all probably know the average height of the women down there. I know they come tiny. I know that much. Let's keep it moving.
another really important reason to me is in this culture, they're not materialistic, and that was really important to me because unfortunately in the US, you start dating a pretty girl and she's going to list off like 20 different designer brand names that she cares about that are quote unquote important to her, and they're not important. So I feel like a lot of pretty girls have their priorities wrong, where over here, I talked to her and I kind of laughed the first time I asked her favorite brand name. She said
Nike, I don't know, Adidas, Nike.
and Levi's because they were reliable and they lasted a long time.
That's all I know.
Yeah, it wasn't even because she had ever had a pair of Levi's. It was because she heard that they last a long time. She didn't give me this laundry list of expensive things. It was simple.
I'm not comfortable asking. I don't grow up like that. So I just wait if you go give me something, then I will appreciate it. But I'm not going like, I want this. I am adjusting to that. That in US, because, I work and we just don't really grow up like that to us. But I grew up to give. So
Yeah.
that's it.
So again, being materialistic is a really big plus, and that's harder and harder to find in the Western culture. I hate to say it, it's sad because we shouldn't be materialistic at all. It doesn't make you a better person to be wearing expensive things or own expensive things. It doesn't. It doesn't make you happier either. Yes, generosity and giving. So
I gotta agree with that too. You know what's pushed on social media, and from what I hear, man, I think that's one of the concerns, you know, the peoples in the Philippines have is social media, because I think they're seeing the effect that it has on people in the West, and it definitely plays a big part in why, you know, the masses are so materialistic nowadays. Everything is about instant gratification. Let's keep it moving.
I'm not going to say people in the US or Western cultures are not generous or don't give. A lot of people do. So I don't want to come off like I'm sounding negative. I mean, a lot of people give to charity, a lot of people help, things like that. Over here, I find it so much more prevalent, and it's a lot more powerful. And when I say that, her birthday just came up recently. She looked at me and smiled and said, honey, however much you'd be willing to spend on my birthday. And she's not materialistic, so when she said that, I was very confused. And she said, whatever you'd be willing to spend, just buy food with it. And I didn't know where she was going with this. I was very confused because we have a fridge, freezer, and a chest freezer. We have food for the next 6 months. So I'm looking at her, wondering what she means, and she explains that for her birthday, she just wanted me to buy as much food as, you know, I'd be willing to buy so she could give it away to people that didn't have food. And finding a beautiful girl in the US with those kind of priorities is more than rare. I've never heard of it. I've never seen it. She's petite, she's pretty, she has her priorities right. I just don't see these things adding up into one person, and then you travel abroad or overseas and it's common because they're very generous and giving because they've grown up with very little. So when they have, they want to help others.
Yeah, especially last Christmas, so give to the kids.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't even think about that. Go ahead.
Yeah, the ice cream.
Yeah.
Yeah, then I give also to my parents' workers. You know that we're having games and
Yeah.
gave.
Yeah, I wasn't even thinking about Christmas. That's another example. But I mentioned her birthday, but on Christmas, she just wanted to buy little kids' toys to give them to the kids and ice cream because they didn't have any. I mean, they didn't own any toys, so that's what she wanted for Christmas was little kid toys to give them away. It shows what kind of person she is and what kind of person it's easier to find abroad. I'm not saying you can't find it in the States, but it's just very rare. Over here, it's a lot more common, and I love it. I'm saying humble, I'll keep...
He struck gold. He winning, bro.
Excellent.
You win.
That is the complete opposite of what you see here. That's one of the most unselfish things I've ever heard a woman do. And we're talking about her birthday and Christmas.
You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. Y'all heard it.
Bruh. And these American women wonder why they losing, bro. Let's keep it moving.
This brief, but unfortunately in the US, I would ask a lot of girls to rate themselves on 1 to 10, and pretty much everyone would say they were in between a 7 and a 10. Everyone thought they were just awesome, and they were almost perfect looking. And I would usually think they're like a 3 to a 6, but I wouldn't say that to them. And then I meet what I consider to be a beautiful woman, and then she just thinks she's average. Okay, well, to me, it's very rare, but right, that's what I mean. She's just very humble. She's not walking around with an attitude thinking, oh, I wear size 0 pants, I should be cocky at the gym. That's just not, that doesn't happen. In the gym, you can see the pretty girls, they always have an attitude because they know that they're smaller. Yeah, they were very...
It's very common here too, being small, so...
Right, that's what I mean. So it's so common that it's not, it doesn't give them an attitude. They're very humble.
That's good, they only eat small.
Yeah, you eat small,
Rice.
so you save me money? Sure, that's good.
Yeah,
cheap.
actually,
I don't care if
that's good because you eat small portion of meat and then big rice, but I don't grow.
Yeah, okay. So it's good that I married someone small because it helps me with my food budget, which is like $80 a month. So anyways,
Commitment.
Well, that's abbreviation, but commitment over here is taken a lot more seriously.
Oh.
And I just want to say again, I'm not going to insinuate or say that everyone in Western culture or everyone in the US or Canada doesn't take commitment seriously or marriage seriously. You have to understand over here, divorce is illegal. So when you look at the actual statistics for people that have gone and gotten an annulment, it's less than 4%. And the reason why is because their culture, they're raised to know that divorce is illegal. Only marry the right person, because you can only do it once and you can't divorce them. So they're brought up that way and they cherish it and they know how serious it is, where unfortunately in the US, I mean, the statistics are what, 50% or maybe a little over at this point. But it's nice to look for a bride or wife in another country where they take it very seriously.
Yeah, they respect, maybe son of respect that you're gathered in one blessing.
Yeah, I mean, to your family, it's marriage is a very religious thing, and her family is very religious, so they don't take marriage lightly. So I respect that.
Yeah, they have always go to church, but us.
But we should go to church more, actually. But don't actually blame me. Someone likes to sleep in, so I wake up and she's like, "Yeah, we'll go to church," and I'm like, "Okay, well, we're 10 minutes late, and you're still in bed, so." I don't think we're gonna make it. But anyways, that's another topic for another day.
Oh, that's my door.
That's up to you. You don't have to. I can read it.
9.
Oh, that's funny. But you know what? I've had multiple people in the comments mention that they don't have divorce in the Philippines. I've also heard that the divorce rate in Thailand is very, very. I think it's like less than 10% in Thailand. It's pretty small in Thailand too. I think the same thing for Vietnam, man. I'm like, it's something about these southeastern countries, man, where these women are like they stick it out with you. I can definitely see why. When I remember when one master teacher was comparing Asian women to Latina women, how he was saying both of them are wifey material, but he was saying how the Asian women kind of got the Latinas beat. I think I'm starting to see why, man. Let's keep it moving.
Yeah, oh, I have to say that. Grateful and appreciative.
Because we take a lot of little things for granted, and then you go to a country where having water, having shelter, having food, having your family around you is the most valuable, important thing, and we forget that. So we're constantly complaining about things we shouldn't, and they're very appreciative for the things that they have. So they're not complaining about the things that they don't have. So, I mean, I've done a video on how my wife changed me. I'm not gonna get into all that right now. You can watch it if you want, but it's changed me. It made me a better person marrying her. So it's a positive thing. Knowing how appreciative she is and grateful she is just amazing. Where in the US, I'm not gonna be negative, I'm trying not to, but you buy someone a nice gift and then it's not nice enough, or they want more. And over here, if I bought her some eggs and a thing of rice or something, she would smile and be thankful for it, because she knows that's important to have food. They're not complaining about the little things. That's pretty much it. I tried not to make this video too dull.
I'm gonna go ahead and end it here and give you my final thoughts, man. I want to say, first of all, congratulations to him. Happy for him. And hopefully we'll see more stories like this in the future, and maybe one day I'll be telling my story. This movement is clearly going to continue to grow, especially when I got my subscribers sending me content like this. I'm like, and I had no idea who this guy was up until recently. So yeah, I mean, shout out to my subscribers, man. I love you guys. All right, y'all let me know what y'all thought about this, man. If you're new to the platform, please subscribe. OGs, I appreciate the love and support. Make sure y'all hitting that bell notification. That way y'all know when I'm uploading. Hit the like button because it helps with the algorithm. It helps me reach a broader audience. Look out for the travel vlog channel, Unplugged Traveler. Link is in the description, pinned in the comments. Until the next video, y'all. Deuces.